So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Off the draw, here's Williams. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A pickup of 10, and it's enough for an Oakland 1st down. Clock now on 1st down. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st. But he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
At the Redskins' 47-yard line.
Set. 60 yards.
Here we go. Let's bring it. Let's go. Let's bring it. Let's bring it.
Hey, Charlie.
First rep of the game for Josh Jacobs. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and
53's Mike. Check. 53's Mike.
5.
Switch.
Trying to run for it with Jacobs. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. It'll be called a gain of 2, and that'll leave them with some options here on 4th and inches.
Go.
They go with Jacobs. He's got a 1st down and more inside the 30, and he'll be taken down at the 26. A Raider 1st down, 17 yards. That's his longest run of the 1st quarter. And, Charles, we talked before the game about them needing to establish the run game. They'll be looking for more of that.
So that tells me that that's part of the game plan of what they want to get done today. So they'll have some complimentary runs where he'll run it to the inside. But it appears that when they want the big yardage, they think they can get to the outside and make it happen.
Now a 1st down carry. It's Williams. On the stop that time, it was Josie Jewell.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Hey, watch the slant. Watch the slant. Watch the slant. Watch the slant. 53's the Mike. 53. Check it.
Now to the air. Lock. That's complete to the tight end, Everett. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. 16 yards, a 1st down.
complete to Gerald Everett. 1st and goal at the 8-yard line.
Check 50. Check 50. Check.
Look at me. Go.
Now Locke. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Jacobs. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area. But they want him involved, just as you said. They want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
On play action, Locke rolling to his right. And he'll find Everett there, complete. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2. Only able to pick up 2, and that leads us to 3rd and goal. They'll run it with Williams. And he's over the line and in for a Raider touchdown. Jamal Williams. His third touchdown now on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. This will be taken to the back of the end zone.
The Redskins take
Let's go!
over
Let's
first
go!
and 10
Let's go!
at their own 25-yard line.
Let's go now. 60 Pittsburgh.
Right there. Check tight. Check tight.
Right up.
Throwing on first down. Porter. He gets this into the hands of Taylor. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
Defense gives up a touchdown the opening drive. Offense, you got to want to get out there and get those points back right now.
And that's a sharp throw there to get this drive off to a good start.
Tackles.
Hey, exit. Shoot.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Gary and Conlon. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Go on.
The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. Now, they'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in the 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you're running the big-time races. Means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
Block off a play action. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Montez Sweat in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations, because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. The quarterback was hit.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
And now here's a deep shot that's complete. That's good for 28 yards.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Locke going to bring the offense up 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game. Now a fake on the give here as they try to run pass option. Throw right side is into the hands of his tight end Everett. Past the 20, 10, and all the way in. Gerald Everett, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. Well, that's pretty impressive, Charles. It's one thing to be an elite speed wide receiver and have all that yards after the catch into the end zone, but from your tight end?
Yeah, you don't get that very often. What you're describing is more like a Tyreek Hill, a Devontae Adams, and Antonio Brown. You're not talking about a guy that lines up or can line up in line and look like an extra tackle on running plays. He took that bad boy downfield just like he was a scat back.
Before the game, he told me, I'm going to have a zinger or two today. And I was like, oh, a zinger or two? I guess that's a zinger, right?
That's a zinger.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Off the play fake. Porter. And he fires one that's intercepted. Bernardrick McKinney, the linebacker, picks it. And he will be brought down, but he's got the interception on the final play of this first quarter. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
you, Gator.
Mike. Let's go, defense. Hey, man.
Snap.
That's complete to his receiver, Pettis. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
At the 28-yard line.
On second down, it's Jacobs. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down.
Hey, high 7. Go.
Locke going to try and throw on third down. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. Officially a gain of just a yard there, but they do convert on 3rd and inches. Locke going to bring the offense up 1st and 10. And he's 8 for 8 now, throwing the ball to start the game. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Calvin Ridley, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage.
The defense is doing their best, but they're struggling right now. They'll look for some help from their own offense to keep them in the game.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
Want to.
We know, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Porter. He's going to fire one deep. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Gary and Conley. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 7.
Fighting through. And he breaks through another tackle. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. On the ground, Richard. And he's going to get this from the 6 out to the 12. A pickup of 6 as they double their workspace.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
Open man is Pettis. It's complete. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. The end result, 21 yards. Locke now, 11 for 11. Perfect in this opening half. It's 1st and 10. Here's a quick hitch route, and the throw complete. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. They'll go option on 2nd down, right side. He'll get 9 yards on the keeper there, but it's still going to leave him with a 3rd and 1. The Raiders on 3rd down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. A first carry for the Clemson man, Wayne Gallman. And he's got the first down, yardage before being taken down at midfield. Give him 7 yards on the play as they conversion.
First down. First and 10 at the 50-yard line.
Here we go. Set 50-60 Pittsburgh.
We got it, we got it. Hey, alert 3, alert 3.
Hit it.
He was looking for Paul Richardson there.
This is one of those plays that could go either way, but we've seen the influence of the college game now in the NFL, where we're seeing more and more of these plays run, and that one went for a big gain.
First and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Ready? 18, Gator.
Squish, squish, double, double.
Let go.
Now a play fake, and here's Locke. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Montez Sweat racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things has gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. A gain there of 21 yards. Locke now at 200 yards already in this first half, and he's not done yet. First and 10. Looking to complete it to Pettis, and he's got him. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball, because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Josh Jacobs, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage.
Touchdown, Raiders.
It took them an extra look, but they found out it is a touchdown indeed. The official says this one counts.
Tight dog, tight dog, tight dog.
And he is not going to get in there. He stopped short of the goal line, and the lead is going to stay right where it is. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. This will be taken in at the 1. And his guys are going to start their drive right at the 20-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8.
Hey, team 6, team 6.
Hey, we got Mike 50, Mike 50, huh? I'm coming. I'm coming. Let's go, Mike 50, Mike 50.
Here's 2nd and 8. Dancing to his left. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. So it's 3rd and long, and defensively not a real surprise. They're in the dime.
58's the mic. 58's the mic. Rabbit, rabbit. Rabbit, rabbit.
Fire.
Operating from the gun. Porter. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Now the Raiders going to burn their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Here comes Pettis on the return. Nearly a huge return, as it is still a very good one. 24 yards. And the Raiders will have a short field to work with as they take over.
Here we go, here we go. 60 or. Hey, Zoo.
You better bring it. Check. 53's mic. Check. 53's mic. Hey, Tank. Let's go.
Play action. Now it's locked. And the Redskins do get to him. He goes down for a sack. Montez Sweat, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. A final shot before half for Locke. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we are at halftime here on Halloween, as we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here. No, bottled up, fumble. It's out, it's loose. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. You probably talked about this training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at about the 31. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Now Locke throwing on 2nd down. A little short pass. This is Everett, and he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line.
That was a nice throw out there to the flat, but they defended that pretty well. The hope is to go ahead and put it on him so he can turn and get upfield and gain additional yardage. There just wasn't anywhere to go on that play.
And he gets this one to Ridley complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Give him 12 yards that time and an Oakland first down. On first down, Williams. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. A Raider first down, 17 yards. When he runs, he seems to do a nice job of knowing when to be patient and find the hole, and then when the hole is there, he goes quickly.
You're exactly right. He knows how to just take off, but you know what else? Brings a little thump with him, doesn't he?
He does.
He packs the boom at the end of the run and finishes it going forward. That's what you want to see out of your backs.
They go back to the ground, this time Jacobs. The all-pro safety Eric Berry in on the stop.
Hey, stand on. Keep dribbling.
And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
You know how we get focused at end of the half and into the game situations about how much time's on the board and, you know, what you need to do? Sometimes you don't even have to worry about that. That's just smart football. You know, with that kind of a lead, staying in bounds, it burns clock, even in a situation that we're not really focused on it.
3rd and 2, Locke's going to throw. They'll find his running back here, Richard. And he will have a first down at about the 21-yard line. Got what they needed there. The drive continues with a 9-yard pickup. They look to throw. It's Locke. He's going to go up, and that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. Calvin Ridley, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon as his guys continue to pour it on. Now the Raider offense will stay out there as they'll line up to go for 2. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he's got it. They add on more. A little salt in the wound. 2-point conversion makes this lead even bigger. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
At their own 17-yard line.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
11 yards there, first down. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Here we go.
Nothing in that first half, nothing on the last drive, but they're moving now with a 1st and 10.
Exit. Go.
Back to throw. Porter. And, he took that in one-handed. What a grab. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
What a catch and one-handed, and I'm starting to lose my awe about the play, and maybe I shouldn't. How much of this is the player? How much of it is the glove?
Well, those gloves, they do have a little grip to them.
They get that little extra tackiness to them now, and I know the guys in the NFL, the competition committee, some other places, they're talking about examining those gloves to see if they're having too much of an effect on the game.
11 yards there, first down.
First down, Redskins.
This quarterback now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Off play action. Porter. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Cleveland Farrell able to record his 5th sack of the season. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Looking to throw. Porter. He's going to fire one deep. And that's caught inside the 30. And he's going to have this down deep into Oakland territory. A huge play there for Washington. 52 yards.
Let's go.
Took till the second half, but finally a red zone opportunity here. They've got a 1st and 10 from the 10. Geis, they'll try to run it. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. And that gets him 3 yards closer here as it brings up 2nd and goal.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
Here's a 2nd and 7 toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Don't say nothing.
So with a 4th and goal looming, we hit the end of 3 quarters of play. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They'll come out in the pistol. A field goal does you no good, so they're going to stay out there and go for it on 4th.
High 7.
Check right 50.
Big grip.
On 4th down, corner. And this is incomplete. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And this shutout is going to continue as the defense holds again. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game, and that's always puzzled me a little bit.
On 3rd down, here comes Jacobs. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. Calling a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down. So from their own end zone here, this kicks away. And out of bounds, this will depend on where they spot it, and they'll say at the 45. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get.
And my goodness, another interception. Jonathan Abram picks it. And they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. With this lead and the football, things obviously looking good, but maybe, well, you've taught me this. He can't avoid the pressure. Redskins get there. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. From the gun, it's a run for Williams. And that closed up quickly there as he gets it up only to about the 17. Bringing him down there, Jonathan Allen. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
It's a gain of 20 and picking up the first. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Hey, it's just me and you. It's just me and you.
Ready?
Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because when they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Jacobs now, and an alley to run. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. The Raiders on 3rd down. They've been tough to stop, 8 for 10 so far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Gets this one left side to Pettis. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Let's go now.
In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. They'll run out of the gun here. Williams. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. Give them a 1st down. 15 yards that time for the Raiders.
64.
Raiders, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Into the red zone, it's Locke. He'll get this off to Jamal Williams. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Give him 6 on the play, and it'll make it a 2nd down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On 2nd down, Jacobs. And they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Is it okay if I break one of our rules, partner, which is to never call a game over until it's over? Because this certainly feels like it's over after that drive.
Yeah, that was spirit-crushing, wasn't it? And now you just kind of felt the air go out of the balloon.
Yeah, they were fighting so hard to stay in there, and they knew they had to stop them on that drive. But when they were unable to, I think you're exactly right. You could see them sag on their sideline, and I think this one might just be over.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Redskin football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He's going to let it fly. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. To throw again, Porter. And now here's another interception. Picked up by Quan Alexander. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. That time defensively looked like they showed quite a bit of pressure but backed off, and it proved fruitful. They get the pick.
He went through all of his rules about getting rid of the ball quickly because he read blitz. He saw all those people stacked at the line of scrimmage, and then they fooled him by dropping into coverage. Now he's ready to get rid of the ball fast, but guess what? Too many defenders out there. Exactly as you described, an interception.
On 2nd down now, Richard. Able to pick up a healthy chunk of yards, 7-yard gain, but a tough 3rd and 9 upcoming.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Watch the run. It's sock, baby. That's baby sock. Check. 53's Mike.
Throwing his lock on 3rd down. That's going to be complete to his tight end, Everett. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Gerald Everett with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Raiders take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest,
I'm going to forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. From the gun, Porter. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. He finds Taylor, complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. A big play on the catch and run, covering 34 yards. Back to throw. Porter. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Gary and Conley. And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. 20, 10, 5. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
The Redskins going to go ahead and use their final timeout, as it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. 2nd and 4. And down he goes. Brought down a Raider sack. In on the sack, the former Buckeye, Tyquan Lewis. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. So 4th and 15, but the offense is staying out there to go for it.
Check curls, check curls, check. And 58 is a mic. Go 58.
Now we've got whistles here before the snap. Was this on the Redskins? I think so. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it.
Go!
One final shot. They'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. So this one, a victory for the Oakland Raiders. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one, and that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for the Raiders, the win moves them up to 5-2 now on the year. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Denver Broncos. Meanwhile, for Washington, they dipped to 2-5 now with the loss. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to KC to take on the Chiefs. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks, Charles.
Tell me what you want, what you need. Tell me what you wanna give. How much blood would you bleed? I'ma tell you I'm a misconceiver. I'm a believer. Someone better kick my fever. Tell me it's 100 degrees underneath my whole flesh. Everyone tells me it's a bit of a mess. I'ma tell the risk I was never at the end. I would never get the off my chest though. all these trips, I had to go and get a passport. I'm just trying to live, I don't know what the mad for. I just signed a deal and got a really big bag for it. You still at your mama crib ain't getting money, you gotta ask for it. I got tired of complaining, I gotta change my situation. Looking at the view outside, I thought I would never make it. Every day, take, but that don't stop the money making. If you want it, go and take it, ain't no point in hesitating. I don't wanna be on the ground when the time flies. Had so many friends go, I wonder when it's my time. I live every day like I'll die by the nighttime. It took me so long getting back to my right mind. I don't wanna be on the ground when the time flies. Had so many friends go, I wonder when it's my time. I live every day like I'll die by the nighttime. It took me so long getting back to my right mind.
Cook it up, gourmet. I go Super Saiyan, gold tank. Anything I ever do is top rank. Got more boards than a Shawshank. Cook it up, gourmet. I go Super Saiyan, gold tank. Anything I ever do is top rank. Got more boards than a Shawshank. I don't wear ball mains. All I ever do is ball main. I am not a rapper, they all lame. I am not dope, I'm hard. Wait, I can power up and level up at any moment. Spitting like a semi, only give me semicolon. Couple zeros like I'm sending yell nets. Every flow is unmatched and I better get set in. Finish them. Mess around with me and I diminish them all. Even if I ever did the minimum all. In the end result, I'm better killing them all. Rogue One, but I got a team with me. Batman when I got a team with me. I get mean, I get green. Show the whole game what's never been seen. Cook it up, gourmet. I go Super Saiyan, gold tank. Anything I ever do is top rank. Got more boards than a Shawshank. Cook it up, gourmet. I go Super Saiyan, gold tank. Anything I ever do is top rank. Got more boards than a Shawshank.
Designer sneakers hurt my feet now. Every beat is getting beat down. Couldn't eat, well watch I eat now. Like how you getting paid to freestyle? Different cities every week now. Every woman is a now. What state prop you looking bleak now? I was home to sleep designer sheets now. 30 different missions. When I speak they listen. Couldn't find the social fishing. Who the crew, it wasn't you. I know it's true cause you look like the opposition. Run it up, greatest ever sums it up. I ain't have a lot when I was coming up. Kinda made my stomach turn when I brung it up. Wait.
Cook it up, gourmet. I go Super Saiyan, gold tank. Anything I ever do is top rank. Got more boards than a Shawshank. Cook it up, gourmet. I go Super Saiyan, gold tank. Anything I ever do is top rank. Got more boards than a Shawshank.
Big numbers, 100 minute bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, whole team counted, that's a big number.
Hey, foreign cars, foreign seats with the foreign leather. Foreign number, put the card in the ATM in the said era.
saw you in the field, though. Hey. I've been grinding for a minute and I'm still going. How it feel to be the boss, let me find out. My team ballin', you look like you need a timeout. I'm a star in the clutch, I'ma shine out.